Hi, my name is Drew, and you're watching ReadyBudgetGo. If we haven't met before, welcome. I'm glad you found your way to my channel. And if this isn't your first visit, welcome back. It's good to see you again. This is the weekly reel for the week ending Thursday, December 11th, and this is where I share my real budget numbers, my real successes, and my real mistakes. Ready? Let's go! Okay, first things first, let's do the cash dump. So I'm going to set my budget book aside here. And I don't have any change for this week, so just verify that the purse is empty. So I don't need that, and I don't need my big honkin' change pouch. And then for the weekly spend, what I have left is in here, and that is in the wrong order. 20, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39. So I spent $11 in cash, and I have $39 that I will put into here for the end of the month. Okay. Now I need to take out $50 for next week's spending. So 20, 30, it's all in the wrong order. 35, 40, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50. I'm going to count that again just to make sure. Put all this back. Okay, 20, 35, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50. Yes. Okay, so $50 is what I give myself each week in cash spending. And I just like to make sure that I have that cash on hand. If I don't spend it all, it goes into the special events fund. So that is it for the cash portion. And I will update the special events at the end of the month, although realistically for December, it's just going to go toward Christmas presents because I'm already over budget for this week. So let me get out the budget binder and I will show you exactly how I did and all the mistakes I made, because there were a few this week. Okay. So, I didn't fill in the wallet spend. Okay, I'll do that later. So I did get my cell phone reimbursement. This was from November, but it just posted now in December. So I didn't plan on getting that this month. It was supposed to be last month, so it's a zero here, but I did get the $100. So I'm going to highlight this, which I forgot to do. Easier just to take the page out. There we go. Okay. So actually I'm going to leave this out because I'm going to need to fill in the wallet total as well, which I know is going to be higher than what I planned. So other things that came out this week. So I had my Quantum, which is my home internet, for $75, and YouTube Premium for $16. Those both came out as expected. And for stockpiles, $253 went toward the big move. That is from Ready Budget Game, which is Monday night, and then my Savings Challenge Day, which is Tuesday, and My Money Relaunch, the Paint by Sticker Challenge, from Wednesday. So this week, all that totaled up to $253, so that is on its way to my savings account right now. Cash flow income inflows was the cell reimbursement for $100, and I also deposited $400 from my savings account, and that was to repay a credit card where I purchased airline tickets for Christmas. And then over here on the debit side, we had Quantum for $75 and that $253 transfer to the big move for the savings for the week. Okay. Expenses. So this was the first full week of December. There were some days, the 1st through the 4th, went into the November budget. So all of this is what transacted this week. So I had DoorDash for $28, Fred Meyer and Target together for about $130. And the reason is, so I did my order with Fred Meyer, which is part of Kroger, and there were some items that they were supposed to, that they said they shopped for and didn't get delivered. It was like 3 different things. And one of them was a protein. So not only was it a lot of money, but um, I didn't have the key ingredient to make food. So I had to place a second order. And I went with Target instead of Fred Meyer because essentially I had to buy it again. Now, yes, I did get a credit for DoorDash for the items that weren't delivered, but they don't credit you for the delivery fee for having another order. So I had to put more items into that order to make it big enough that I wouldn't get socked with another fee. So that's why Target was $55. I didn't really need to spend $55 at Target, but it is what it is. Okay, and then I had a $31 Lyft ride. I would have taken public transportation, but I got back later than I was expecting to, and it was pouring down rain. You may have heard on the news reports that the area where I live in the Pacific Northwest, we have had record rains, record floods, and it has just been raining nonstop for days. So it's we're in a bad way here, and it was just too squalid to keep going via public transit. So I gave up and got a Lyft. So that was about $30. Then I had 2 gift purchases here. These are Christmas presents. eBay was for the white elephant at my office, and this other one for Galls was for somebody else. $66 here. I don't know why the total was that high. I think it's because they charged me for something that's on back order, so I will follow up with them and see why they charged me the full amount, because you're not supposed to do that, but at any rate. And then $50 for weekly cash. So nothing really extravagant here, but I know I went over that $300 that I had budgeted for the week. So let's add it up and see what the damage is. So $28.79, $77.35, $55.05, $31.30, $22.23, $66.61, and $50. $331.33. So a bit over. I should be able to recover that either this coming week or another week this month. But I need to record that somewhere. I will be taking a trip out of town at the end of the month, well, over Christmas. And so money that I spend there will come out of the travel fund. So that should help with these 2 weeks. But for now, $331.33. Okay, so not, oops, I just marked all over myself because I forgot I left the cap off. So not a super fantastic start to the month, but it could have been a lot worse. Okay. So I'm going to put this back where it goes. And then we can talk about savings. Okay. So I mentioned that I'm going to be reevaluating my emergency fund for next year. I will have that video out this weekend at some point. I don't know exactly when. It'll probably be Sunday. I imagine I'm going to need to work on it Friday and Saturday. So I'll be reevaluating my emergency fund and whether I have enough in there. I'm also going to take my blip fund and I'm going to move this into my business account because I need to seed ReadyBudgetGo with money. There have been expenses at the end of the year, like I had to buy a whole new computer. Well, I didn't have to, but realistically I needed to buy a new computer and all of that. And there's also cash flow issues with the money coming in that is sort of in escrow, I'll say. So at any rate, the long and short of it is I'm going to take the blip fund, or most of the blip fund, and I will restart the blip fund. So I will be saving toward that in 2026 again. So, and then we have the subscription tracker. I'm at 739, so one more person subscribes. I will be able to fill in another bubble and put another $50 into the savings for the big move, but not quite there yet. And then for books, and books means Ready Budget Game, the Batman binder, and Celebration savings, and the Paint by Sticker savings. So 253 this week, which was the same as last week. So that brought the total there up to 5631. So between this account at 5631 and this account at 3650, that means I have over $9,000 saved. Of the $15,000, that means I'm, what, 60-ish% to my goal, a little bit more than that. So almost 2/3 of the way there, which is great. So that is it for savings for the week. I still have not started my Roth IRA or Sloth IRA for 2026 yet. I will when the year rolls over. And again, I'm going to have a video out this weekend that talks about, oh, my hands are covering everything, that talks about my plans for 2026 and how I will be saving in the new year. So I think that is it for the week. That is all my spending and all my saving, which, the savings is not as much as I'd like it to be this month, but that's okay. It will get better next year. God willing, it will get better. And I will start fulfilling some of my life dreams. So thank you so much for watching this episode of the Weekly Reel. If you enjoyed it, please leave me a thumbs up. Drop me a comment down below. Subscribe if you haven't already so I can get that next bubble filled in. And until I see you in the next one, take care.